Find a comfortable seat, close your eyes, and place your hands on your knees. Begin to observe your thoughts, allowing them to freely run wild. If at any time anything urgent comes up, pause this video and grab a journal if you feel the need to get things out on paper. Just this once, give your mind the attention it is asking for, and just get it all out. Sometimes it's incredibly helpful to just write for 5 to 10 minutes with the intention of dumping everything trapped in your mind. Once you're done journaling, just observe any remaining thoughts without taking action. Now shift your attention to your body. Are you feeling tension or pressure anywhere in the body? Can you allow it to relax more? See if you can find peace and relaxation around your eyes and mouth, and feel your shoulders drop just a little bit more on that next exhale. Feel the tension leaving your body. For the remainder of class, allow your mind to run freely without resistance, just observing and shifting your attention back to your body. Experiment with this and see how you feel by the end of the class. So continue to take long, slow, deep breaths, allowing the mind to wander if needed, and getting more quiet and present within the body. Take a big inhale and exhale. And just drop your left hand down to the side and reach your right arm up and over, feeling that nice deep side body stretch. And exhale, lower the right hand down, lift the left arm up and over your head, switching sides. And release and come onto your hands and your knees. Tucking your toes under, push your hips up and back into down dog. And just take a deep bend in your knees, pushing your hips from side to side, taking any movement that feels good to open up the backs of the legs and the lower back. And look forward. Begin to bring your shoulders forward and lower all the way down to the ground. And inhale, lift up to low cobra or to upward facing dog. And exhale, bring the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Taking a few moments here to stretch your hamstrings and the back body just a little bit deeper. And look to the top of your mat. Walk your feet all the way up. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, relax your head and your neck. And inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. Hands to heart center. Take your feet about hip distance apart, your hands by your sides, your palms facing forward. Taking this moment to come back to your breath, quieting the mind as much as you can, finding these moments of stillness. And bring your feet back together. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky, sinking your hips back down into chair pose. Release your hands down to the ground. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your feet back. And lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Becoming more present within your body, a little bit more focused, and being patient if your mind starts to wander, bringing everything back in. And walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward. And inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, hands to heart. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Now step your left foot up onto your calf, dropping your knee out to the side, maybe bringing your foot to the inside of that right thigh. Keeping your hands at your heart, taking any variation that feels good in this tree posture. Finding that drishti or that focal point to help with your balance. You're going to slowly release that left leg back and make your way into airplane, extending your arms back behind you, palms facing down, taking a bend in that right standing leg if you need to. Slowly lower your left foot down, reach your arms up towards the sky into crescent lunge. Sinking the hips a little lower, drop that left knee down, untuck your toes, bring your hands together. On an exhale, reach all the way back, pushing the hips forward, feeling that stretch in that left hip flexor. Come back to center, release the knee from the ground, come back into crescent. And push the back foot off the ground, coming back into chair pose at the top of your mat. And bring your hands to heart center, coming back to the breath, back to the body. This time, shift your weight into your left foot. Bring that right foot to the outside of that calf, or bring your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Turning that right knee out and standing solid in your tree posture. Relaxing the shoulders, maybe taking a little bend in that left knee. And slowly release that right leg back, slowly into airplane, releasing your arms back behind you. Maybe you'll have some wobbles like me. Your palms facing down, taking a bend in that left leg if needed, and pointing your right toes towards the ground. And lower that right foot down, reach your hands up to the sky. And relax your shoulders from your ears, come high up on your back toes. And start to lower your hips a little bit more. And then lower that back knee down, untuck your toes, bring your hands together. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, sink back as you push your hips forward. And come back to center. Tuck your toes back under, lift the back knee up, come back into your crescent lunge. And pick the back foot up to meet the right, sink your hips low into chair pose. Lower your hands down, take your feet about hip distance apart, come into mountain pose, closing your eyes, palms facing forward. Lift your arms up to the sky and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take your peace fingers and grab your big toes. Take a deep bend in your knees and relax your head and your neck here. Keeping your head below your heart. Feeling this slight inversion here. Release your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back into plank and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog and exhale to downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the ground, bring your heels together and sink your hips back onto your feet. Arms are extended forward into child's pose. Coming back to your breath. Trust your body in this posture. Find that patience within if the mind starts to wander, and gently bring everything back in. Find that self-awareness. Be the observer of what's going on in your mind, staying detached from any thought that may be coming up and arising. Releasing it and put your attention back onto your body. Slowly come back into tabletop. You're going to tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back into down dog. You're going to walk your feet to the center of your mat and bring your hands to meet. We're going to go into gorilla pose. So take the palms of your hands and place underneath your feet. Take a deep bend in your knees and relax your head and your neck down. And start to straighten the legs if that feels good to you as well. And allow yourself to relax a little bit deeper in this posture. Slowly release your hands and bring your feet together. Slowly lower your hips down, coming all the way down onto your mat. Extend your legs out and then bring them into your chest and lift your feet all the way up towards the sky. Allowing the blood flow to shift and change. You can come all the way up into shoulder stand or stay with just your legs up the wall. You can clasp the hands together or bring them to your lower back to support you if you're in shoulder stand. You can also come into plow if you'd like to go a little bit deeper into this inversion. So wherever you are at, just take your variation. Finding this inversion, getting the feet above the head, above the heart, reversing that blood flow. Wherever you are at, slowly begin to make your way all the way back to the ground, lowering your hips to the ground, and then lowering your feet down, coming into Shavasana, your favorite posture, the best place to rest and to be. You can take your arms over your head or by your side or maybe on your belly, bringing your feet closer together or apart. Allow yourself to tap into your body, relaxing any tension from the top of your head all the way to the tips of your toes. Giving yourself the next minute to quiet the mind even more and soften and relax deeper into the body. Begin to move your fingers and toes, bringing your feet together and your arms over your head. Getting a nice full body stretch, hugging your knees into your chest, maybe rocking from side to side. Eventually making your way all the way up to a seated position. Placing your hands on your knees, and just take one big inhale and one big exhale. And just notice, were you able to allow your thoughts to run wild with no judgment or resistance? And how did it feel to be the observer, rather than react or take action on every thought that came to your mind? We don't have to believe everything or anything that comes to our mind. We have the power to filter what comes through and choose what we decide to take action on or what is important. Our minds are powerful tools, but terrible masters. So give yourself grace and be patient with this process of becoming an observer. It's a powerful tool that can radically change your life. And just take one big inhale here and one big exhale. Thank you for joining me, and happy observing. Namaste.